This is a restaurant with a view, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, this is incredible.
Enjoying the Charlie ride.
Ready for some dinner now?
Yeah, I'm ready for some dinner. Tired and hungry, but we're gonna stay here till the fireworks.
Absolutely. Well, if y'all want to get something else big and kind of share.
This is a restaurant with a view, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, this is incredible. A little pricey, but
Yeah, I bet so.
much today.
There you go.
That's what that is. Not a celebration.
Oh yeah.
It's us pointing at Canada and saying, yeah, we're better than you.
You got the best thing now.
Well, we had to find a place to boondock for the night because it's getting late. We're tired, so we pulled off at a truck stop, and come to find out that our battery is dead. Our battery will not hold a charge, so we have absolutely no power tonight, and we're running off these little battery powered lights and things like that. So we're really going to be boondocking it tonight. We'll figure out something in the morning. We're going to have to get a new battery for the camper, but we're just going to call it a day and handle everything in the morning, try and get some sleep. Hopefully it won't be too hot tonight.
Hey everybody, as you can see, we are back from New York. We're just having a little time at Starbucks while the kids are in a bookstore right across the road. And we thought we'd take a minute to talk to you guys about our trip that we just took to New York, as you've seen in our videos, and some of the ups and downs, good and bad and ugly, as we've always promised to share.
What we want to tell you, though, is just because we're back from New York doesn't mean that the trips are over with. We do things a little bit different than most people because of our arrangement with the kids. We usually have to go out, come back, go out, and come back. So we're going to be doing a lot more trips over the summer. So we're going to be seeing a lot of places. Even though we are full-time RVers, we're not able to travel full-time at this time.
Right, we both work a full-time job and we are a blended family. So it makes our arrangement a little different, and we love our time with the kids and we value our time with the kids. So we like taking them with us and the dog. So we love sharing that with you guys too. But as far as the New York trip, it was definitely unique. There were challenges getting up there. It was the longest trip we've taken thus far. And with 2 flat tires and the plug to our trailer brake being damaged, it was
the battery going dead.
It was an experience, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think we learned a lot.
Yeah, we did.
The campground that we stayed at was great. We didn't know how close we were to the subway until the last day.
Yeah, when we went to New York City, it was very confusing because we're in New Jersey, and we were going to New York City. So when you look up the New York City subway system, it only lists the things that are in New York. And when you look up New Jersey, it only lists the things that are in New Jersey, and it doesn't tell you about the trains that go between the two. So it wasn't until the last day that I figured out, okay, well, this train can take us right back to the campground. And it would have saved us a lot more money had I figured that out a lot sooner.
Lesson learned, do your research. Research, research, research. If you know your destination, it always pays to know as much as you can ahead of time. Sometimes no amount of planning is going to stop some things from happening, but it's definitely good to come prepared. So do your homework. That's the biggest lesson I would say we came away with.
And be prepared for anything, because anything can happen, as we have demonstrated especially on our trip going up there. A tree can fall in the middle of the road, or
at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
no less.
So anything can happen, and be prepared because anything can happen. And we were very blessed that that didn't stop us. We didn't get stopped, even with 2 flat tires and our plug messing up. and a tree falling in the road, we still made it, and we still had a lot of fun, and we still had a great time. And we just didn't let anything stop us. We just kept moving.
Just keep laughing. That's the best way to do it. It's not always easy.
Right. It's not always easy, and you're not always going to have everything go smoothly all the time. And if you expect that in order to enjoy yourself, you're going to be miserable, because things are going to happen. And if you make it the best of it that you can. And so even now we still laugh about it, and the fact that we almost hit a tree. It makes an interesting story.
And we just tried to look at it with good humor, and I think we did pretty well. There were moments of frustration and maybe even a little panic, but I think we did good.
The greatest thing about it is the thing that was said at our wedding, actually, about turning to each other and not on each other. And that's exactly what we did. We leaned on each other, and we supported each other during those frustrating moments, and we encouraged each other, and rather than letting our frustration come between us.
And I think the biggest surprise for me was what troopers those teenagers were. They did not complain, not one time. Those teenagers did not complain one time. I think they understood that we were stressed out, and they totally rolled with it. There was not one negative statement uttered by either of the kids. I was so proud of them.
They were troopers. They were really awesome in this, and we had a great time. And
we did.
And the greatest gift that you can give your kids is your time. That's much greater than any present that they could ever get. Because presents and material things are going to break, and things are going to pass away, but those memories that you made with the time that you spent together are going to last forever.
And this is one of those things, even though sometimes it didn't feel too funny, we can laugh now. And I think we will talk about that trip for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it was a great trip. Niagara Falls was probably the highlight for me. The kids said they love New York City a little bit more, but I love Niagara Falls.
It was amazing.
And we really could have spent more time there, I think. I think we could have done more. We didn't get to see the aquarium because it closes at 2 o'clock, which we didn't know.
So remember that if you ever do get the Discovery Pass in Niagara Falls, great value. It's a must, because it just gives you everything, and you don't even have to think about it. Yeah,
but the aquarium does close early, so just be forewarned about that. You might want to do that first. Do the Cave of the Winds first before you do Maid of the Mist, because that way you will get these free shoes that you can wear on the Maid of the Mist as well.
And it keeps you at least somewhat dry. It's even a good idea. I think we were lucky enough, and maybe not everybody would be, but we were lucky enough. We got there early in the day, so we had a great parking space. We were right there at the gate. I think what would have been great even is if we had dry clothes.
Yeah, if we took some more dry clothes with us and had something to change into. But the thing is, it was so sunny that day, and it was so nice that we dried out very quickly, and it wasn't very uncomfortable, And Lisa ended up using the poncho as a jacket later on that night.
I had 2 of them on, actually, because when the sun went down, it got very cold.
Well, that water that is flowing over Niagara Falls comes from a lot of ice melt that has melted over as springtime came. And so that water is cold, and I know from experience because I went under the falls myself, and I felt that water, and that water is cold. And so as the air is blowing across that water, it really makes the air very cold right there near the water. Now, if you go up away from the water, it's not as cold.
And it was just an incredible park all around, beautifully maintained. It was amazing. I mean, we could not have asked for better.
Right. Next time we go, though, we're going to have our passports with us so that we can enjoy the Canadian side as well.
And take a picnic. I think that would have been so much fun, just to pack
we kind of did.
We did a little bit with snacks, but we could have done more. It's not a super cheap place to eat. There are some options that aren't bad, but if you get burnt out on like pizza or burgers, take you a good sandwich or some pasta salad, something like that. Would be an outstanding place. You just sit on the grass with a blanket.
Yes.
And hang out.
Though I will say that the Top of the Falls restaurant
amazing
was well worth the price that we paid, because it was more than enough food to eat, and it was dadgum good.
Now, I will say, I think we spent around $70 for the four of us, so it's not atrocious. But the kids shared, we shared, so we kind of were thrifty about it. Even then, it was $70. So just know that going into it. But it's just not something you can do every day when you have a view of the Horseshoe Falls on the Canada side at dinner, and that was just priceless. We had such a blast.
It was definitely an experience to remember. And now we are going to be a lot more frugal with our time and our money now. A lot of the best things in life are free, and so a lot of the places that we plan on going don't cost near as much.
Exactly. So we would love to hear some suggestions. We are in the Southeast. As you know, we're in North Carolina. So there's a lot to go see. I think we're in a prime place for anybody that RVs. So we've just got an endless list of places we want to go and things we want to show you guys. So subscribe, like the video. We hope you've enjoyed seeing our adventure in New York this past few weeks, and we'll see you soon.
And we'll continue to show you our future adventures as well.
Bye-bye.